In a world where relentless external turmoil constantly threatens our inner peace, Stoicism emerges as a beacon of timeless wisdom, guiding us through the storms of existence with unwavering serenity. This ancient philosophy, not as a rigid belief, but as a living practice, provides profound reasons for us to cultivate restraint and introspection, aligning our actions not with the frenzied pursuit of external approval, but with the steadfast commitment to virtue and self-control. Here are 9 reasons, drawn from the essence of Stoicism, that urge us to deeply consider the prudence of exposing ourselves less to the outside world and more to the universe that resides within us. First, the power of silence, a maxim that transports us directly to the reflections of Seneca, one of the most prominent thinkers of Stoicism. Speak only when your words are stronger than silence. This statement, filled with wisdom, invites us to ponder the strength not of what is said, but of what is chosen to be unsaid. There's something profoundly powerful in that choice, a strength that transcends the mere economy of words and touches the essence of what it truly means to communicate. Imagine for a moment the scene, the world around us flooded by a sea of noise, words and sounds that often mean nothing more than noise. And then silence emerges. Not an emptiness, but a space full of potential. In silence, there's a unique opportunity to listen. But what exactly do we hear when we stop to listen to silence? The answer leads us on a journey into ourselves. In silence, we are invited to listen not just to what is not said by others, but also to the almost imperceptible whispers of our own inner wisdom. That soft voice, often overshadowed by the day's tumult, carrying profound truths about who we are and what truly matters to us. Seneca, with his insight, teaches us that true eloquence is not found in the abundance of words, but in the ability to choose the right moment to speak and what to say. This choice, this discrimination between speaking and silencing, is where the true power lies. For by choosing silence, we also choose to listen, reflect, and ultimately understand. But why is this so powerful? Because in silence, we create space. Space for reflection, space for introspection, space to let our minds travel to places that constant speaking would never allow us to reach. In silence, we allow our minds to disconnect from the external and turn inward, to explore the vast territories of our own consciousness. Now think about the impact of this practice on our daily lives. In a world that values constant expression and the frenetic exchange of information, choosing silence may seem counterintuitive, even an act of rebellion. But it is in this act that we find the key to more authentic, deeper, and more meaningful communication. By speaking only when our words have the necessary weight to break the silence, we ensure that our communication carries not just information, but also truth and meaning. And so, how do we incorporate this powerful practice into our lives? It begins with the conscious choice to value our words to the point of not wasting them. It means learning to be comfortable with silence, to appreciate it, not as the absence of sound, but as the presence of an opportunity to connect with something deeper. It means, above all, recognizing that sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is simply listen. So, how about we conduct an experiment? Let's try, even if just for a brief moment, to give silence the space it deserves in our lives. Who knows what whispers of wisdom we might hear when we finally give ourselves the chance to listen. Second, the virtue of self-sufficiency. In our journey through the universe of words and reflection, we stumble upon a hidden treasure within silence, an ancient wisdom that echoes through the centuries with the eloquence of the unsaid. Speak only when your words are stronger than silence. This pearl of wisdom, seemingly whispered from the lips of Seneca himself, serves as a beacon, lighting the path to a deeper understanding of the power residing in the sparingness of our expressions. But what does this maxim truly reveal to us? In a world where incessant noise and the flood of information threaten to drown our essence, silence emerges not as a mere absence of sound, but as an inner sanctuary, a sacred space where the voice of our deepest wisdom can finally be heard. By embracing silence, we allow our words to gain weight, a resonance not found in multitude, but in significance. It is in silence that we become truly capable of hearing, not just what is expressed between the lines of others' conversations, but also the delicate whispers of our own inner being, that knowledge lying dormant, waiting for the right moment to awaken. Venturing further into this introspective exploration, we encounter the concept of self-sufficiency, a virtue that Epictetus, with his unparalleled insight, teaches us to be the source of true happiness and freedom. But what does it truly mean to be self-sufficient? It's more than merely not depending on others for joy and satisfaction. It is a journey inward, a process of discovery where we learn to cultivate a contentment that is steadfast, immune to the fluctuations of external opinions and circumstances. By becoming less exposed to others' judgments, we develop an inner stronghold, a kind of armor that protects us not just from criticism, but also from the temptation to be swayed by praise. In this state of fortitude, we are like a well-anchored ship, capable of facing the fiercest storms without veering off course. Self-sufficiency, therefore, is not a solitary journey, but a celebration of our ability to find within ourselves everything we need to live a full and meaningful life. By intertwining the lessons of the power of silence with the virtue of self-sufficiency, we are invited to reflect on the essence of our existence. These reflections are not mere intellectual exercises, but invitations to profound transformation, where we learn to value less what we say and more what we are able to listen to and understand. In this sacred space of introspection and silence, we discover not only ourselves but also the path to a life of greater purpose, freedom, and authentic happiness. This is the invitation I extend to you, to embark on this journey of discovery, where each step in silence and each moment of self-sufficiency brings us closer to a richer understanding of who we are and what truly matters. May we find on this path the strength to be truly free, not just from external shackles, but also from those we construct within ourselves. Third, the value of self-control. In our continuous exploration through the depths of Stoic wisdom, we encounter an invaluable gem, the principle of self-control. It's not what happens to us, but our reaction to what happens that matters. This maxim, echoing through the corridors of time, precisely illuminates the essence of self-control, highlighting it not just as a skill, but as a transformative power capable of shaping our destiny. As we delve into this realm of self-awareness, we realize that true mastery lies not in the ability to control external events, but in the skill of governing our own reactions to them. The world around us is filled with storms, setbacks, challenges, provocations. However, by exercising self-control, we learn to erect an invisible shield, a barrier that protects us not only from adversities, but also from our own impulsive inclinations. Limiting our exposure to external stimuli does not mean withdrawing from life or denying its riches, but rather adopting a more selective and conscious stance on what we allow to influence us. By doing so, we begin a process of refining our reactions, turning abrupt impulses into thoughtful, considered responses. Every moment of choice becomes an opportunity to practice temperance, to take a deep breath, and choose a response that is in harmony with our deepest values and with the person we aspire to be. This practice of self-control leads us to a state of internal balance where we are capable of facing life's fluctuations with serenity and steadfastness. More than just restraining impulsive reactions, self-control teaches us to dance with life, to move gracefully between extremes, finding joy and peace not in the absence of challenges, but in our ability to respond to them with integrity and wisdom. In this context, self-control emerges as a vital link between teachings on the power of silence and the virtue of self-sufficiency. It acts as a bridge that allows us to transition between internal knowledge and external expression in a balanced and harmonious manner. By mastering the art of self-control, we not only become masters of our own lives, but also beacons of inspiration for those around us, demonstrating that, despite the storms, we can choose calm. That despite provocations, we can opt for peace. Therefore, let this principle of self-control inspire us to reflect on our own reactions and choices. Let it encourage us to seek, within ourselves, the strength to transform not just how we respond to the world, but how we live in it. And in this process, may we discover that true freedom lies not in the ability to control everything around us, but in the mastery of controlling ourselves, wisely choosing the path that leads us to serenity and personal growth. Fourth, the wisdom of inner reflection. In the tapestry woven from the threads of Stoic philosophy, one figure stands out not only for his imperial authority, but for the depth of his wisdom: Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor. His exhortation to turn to our own minds in search of peace is more than advice. It's an invitation to embark on one of the most significant human adventures, the journey of inner reflection. In a setting where distractions are plentiful and the quest for external stimuli seems endless, the Stoic practice of looking inward emerges as a beacon, illuminating the path to a deeper understanding of our essence and the universe around us. Inner reflection, as suggested by Marcus Aurelius, is not merely an exercise in introspection. It's a powerful practice that allows us to probe the depths of our consciousness, confronting us with the fundamental truths about our existence. By dedicating ourselves to this process, we uncover layers of understanding that remained hidden beneath the turbulent surface of our everyday minds. We discover that within us lies a fortress of serenity, a sanctuary immune to external turbulences. In this inner quest, we are guided by the light of reason and the desire for authenticity. Inner reflection challenges us to question not only our perceptions and beliefs, but also the motivations guiding our actions. In doing so, we begin to discern between what is ephemeral and what is eternal, between passing distractions and the enduring truths that give meaning to our existence. This clarity enables us to make choices more aligned with our deepest values, leading us to a life of greater purpose and fulfillment. The Stoic practice of inner reflection is therefore a tool for empowerment. It teaches us not to be mere spectators of life, but conscious actors, capable of shaping our destiny with discernment and wisdom. By cultivating this habit, we not only strengthen our resilience in the face of challenges, but also enhance our capacity to experience joy, gratitude, and peace, regardless of external circumstances. In this sense, the wisdom of inner reflection is an essential link in the chain of Stoic principles we explore. From the power of silence to the virtue of self-sufficiency, from the value of self-control to the practice of inner reflection. Each of these teachings invites us to look within, to recognize and nurture the riches that reside at the core of our being. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that, even in the midst of chaos, we can find a refuge of calm and clarity within ourselves. Thus, as we reflect on these lessons, we are inspired to dedicate a moment of our day to silent contemplation, to the internal dialogue that reconnects us with our essence and with the profound flow of life. May the wisdom of inner reflection guide us in our search for peace, truth, and understanding, showing us that the greatest treasure we can discover is not found in the distant expanses of the external world, but in the unexplored depths of our own being. If you're enjoying it, don't forget to leave your comment so we know you're truly focused on your goal and to support our community. If you have nothing to comment, just say gratitude. Let's continue. Fifth, the importance of authenticity. In the tapestry woven by the philosophies guiding our lives, the wisdom of internal reflection shines with a particular splendor, an invitation to introspection made by Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor. In his meditations, he advises us to dive deep into our own minds to find serenity. In this bustling world, which constantly tries to divert our attention with its myriad distractions, the Stoic practice of turning inward emerges as a beacon, guiding us toward authentic discoveries about who we are and our place in the cosmos. Internal reflection, therefore, is not merely a thought exercise, but a brave journey in search of truth. By distancing ourselves from external noise and connecting with our inner self, we begin to realize enduring truths about our existence, truths that remain unchanged in the face of the world's constant changes. This quest for understanding not only strengthens us against adversities, but also lights the way to a more meaningful and harmonious life. Advancing on this journey, we are faced with the undeniable importance of authenticity. Stoic teachings encourage us to peel away layers of pretense and reveal our true essence, to align our actions with our deepest values, rather than surrendering to the endless pursuit of others' approval. To live authentically is to live courageously. It is to choose one's own integrity over superficial acceptance, to refuse to wear the masks the world offers in exchange for ephemeral acceptance. This authenticity is the shield that protects us against superficiality and falsehood, allowing us to remain true to ourselves even when life's storms try to veer us off course. By adopting an authentic way of life, we find not only inner peace, but also become a beacon of truth and integrity for others, inspiring them to seek their own true essence. Thus, the wisdom of internal reflection and the importance of authenticity intertwine, forming a rich fabric that wraps us with the promise of a life lived with purpose and depth. These Stoic principles, though ancient, resonate with contemporary urgency, inviting us to pause, reflect, and choose a path of greater meaning and authenticity. I invite you then to embark on this journey of personal discovery, armed with the power of self-control, the fortitude of self-sufficiency, and the serenity of silence. May we, together, explore the depths of our own nature, and in doing so find the peace, freedom, and joy that arise from living a truly authentic life. Sixth, the serenity of acceptance. Among the pearls of wisdom that Stoic philosophy offers us, the serenity of acceptance holds a place of honor. Accept what you cannot change. This mantra, simple in its formulation, carries depths of meaning and power. It calls us to undertake one of the most challenging and liberating exercises we can face: the practice of discerning between what is within our power to change and what must be met with openness and resignation. This essential distinction invites us to shift our focus from externalities, from the storms we cannot calm, the whims of fate we cannot alter, to the realm where we truly hold power, our own conduct, our reactions, our internal stance towards life's events. By directing our energy towards what we can influence, we not only make optimized use of our capabilities, but also find fertile ground for inner peace. Accepting the course of nature and the vicissitudes of life teaches us to flow with the rivers of fate rather than wear ourselves out against their currents. This acceptance is not a passive surrender, but an active choice to embrace reality as it presents itself, finding beauty and lessons even in adversity. By doing so, we free ourselves from the chains of frustration and anxiety, allowing a profound serenity to settle in our hearts. The serenity of acceptance is therefore a central pillar in building a balanced and meaningful life. It intertwines harmoniously with the practices of self-control, internal reflection, authenticity, and self-sufficiency, forming a mosaic of virtues that, together, outline the Stoic path to a wiser and more fulfilling existence. On this journey, we are invited to reflect not only on the storms we face, but also on the nature of the vessel that is ourselves. By cultivating the serenity of acceptance, we reinforce the structure of this vessel, making it capable of navigating gracefully and resiliently through turbulent seas, always guided by the bright star of Stoic wisdom. Therefore, may the serenity of acceptance inspire us to look within and without with eyes of understanding and an open heart, recognizing what is within our power to change and welcoming with tranquility what is beyond our control. In doing so, we'll discover that true peace does not lie in the absence of challenges, but in our ability to meet them with equanimity and courage. Seventh, the power of resilience. As we navigate the waters, sometimes turbulent, of existence, we are often confronted with situations that challenge our inner peace and resilience. In this context, Stoic wisdom offers a precious compass to guide us through these storms, emphasizing the importance of acceptance and inner strength as pillars for a fulfilling and serene life. The serenity of acceptance is encapsulated in the powerful Stoic mantra, "Accept what you cannot change." This simple yet profound statement invites us to recognize the fundamental distinction between what is within our power to change and what is beyond our control. By embracing this distinction, we are able to direct our energy and attention towards our own actions and attitudes, rather than wearing ourselves out trying to alter the unalterable. This focus on self-management, on regulating our own responses and behaviors, is the key to achieving lasting peace, a state of serenity that flows from not passive but conscious acceptance of the natural course of things. Additionally, Stoic philosophy arms us with the strength of resilience, preparing us to face adversity with courage and dignity. By encouraging us to limit our exposure to the judgments and expectations of others, the Stoics teach us that true inner strength is born from self-reliance and confidence in our ability to overcome challenges. This resilience is not a denial of pain or suffering, but an approach to face them head-on, knowing that our essence remains intact, unshakable in the face of external storms. These teachings, although ancient, have a timeless relevance, offering us tools to cultivate an existence marked by tranquility and inner strength. By practicing acceptance and strengthening our resilience, we not only navigate the vicissitudes of life more smoothly, but also become beacons of stability and serenity for those around us. Therefore, I invite each of you to reflect on these Stoic principles and to integrate them into your own journey. May the serenity of acceptance and the strength of resilience be the guiding stars that lead us, allowing us to face everything life presents with grace and dignity. May we thus not only survive adversity, but emerge from it wiser, stronger, and more fulfilled, truly masters of ourselves and the art of living. If you're enjoying this, don't miss out on the opportunity. Purchase the ebook now, Stoicism in the 21st Century, Ancient Strategies for Modern Challenges, and unlock your prosperity, abundance, and improve your relationships with this ebook. Link in the pinned comment. 8th, the clarity of purpose. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies a powerful principle that serves as a beacon for those in search of a meaningful existence: clarity of purpose. This guidance is not merely a goal to be achieved. It is a compass that guides us through the fogs of distraction and dispersion, keeping our gaze fixed on what truly matters. By cultivating a sharp sense of purpose, we give our journey direction, a meaning that transcends daily trivialities and lifts us above the fluctuating tides of public opinion. The Stoic practice of abstaining from unnecessary exposure is a wise strategy for preserving our energy and keeping our focus sharp. In an age where overexposure on social media and the constant quest for external validation can cloud our vision, choosing a life of greater privacy and introspection consciously allows us to channel our internal resources towards our true passions and callings. This is not a call for isolation, but an invitation to selectivity in how and where we invest our attention and energy. Pursuing our goals with unwavering determination requires more than just discipline. It demands a deep understanding of our most authentic motivations. When our actions are driven by a clear purpose, they gain a strength, a potency that can carry us through seemingly insurmountable obstacles. This purpose is not found in the fleeting accolades of the external world, but in the quiet of internal reflection, in the sacred space where we converse with our truest self. Therefore, clarity of purpose is more than a Stoic goal. It is a lifestyle, a conscious choice to live authentically and intentionally. By defining clearly what we seek to achieve, who we wish to be, and how we intend to impact the world around us, we create a solid foundation on which to build a life of fulfillment and satisfaction. May we then take a moment to reflect on our sense of purpose. May this reflection lead us to a deeper understanding of our true aspirations and inspire us to act with conviction and courage. By embracing the clarity of purpose, we take the first step towards a life that is not only worth living, but also leaves a legacy of integrity, passion, and resilience. May the journey be as enriching as the destination. 9th, the freedom of detachment. Within the vast universe of knowledge that Stoic philosophy offers us, two concepts stand out for their ability to transform our way of living: the clarity of purpose and the freedom of detachment. Each, in its own way, invites us to reflect on our choices and how we navigate the complexities of life. Clarity of purpose is more than a compass. It's the lighthouse that illuminates our journey, allowing us to see beyond momentary storms and fleeting distractions. By cultivating a clear sense of purpose, we arm ourselves with unwavering determination that guides our actions and decisions. This determination encourages us to avoid unnecessary exposure to influences that dilute our essence and distract our attention from truly meaningful goals. When our path is guided by a firm purpose, each step is taken with confidence, and every choice resonates with the depth of our commitment to our ideals. On the other hand, the freedom of detachment teaches us to let go of the ties that bind us to the outcomes of our actions, freeing us from the chains of fear of failure and the craving for success. This Stoic practice does not invite us to abandon our efforts or become indifferent to the consequences of our actions. On the contrary, it encourages us to act with total integrity, focused on the right action, while accepting that the outcomes, though important, are not entirely under our control. This perspective allows us to maintain serenity in the face of uncertainty and continue our path with heads held high, regardless of the storms that may arise. The combination of these two Stoic principles, clarity of purpose and the freedom of detachment, offers a powerful framework for a fulfilling and authentic life. By focusing on our deepest purposes, we dedicate ourselves to our passions and values with renewed energy, while detachment helps us navigate the sea of uncertainties with grace and flexibility. This approach allows us to live more intentionally and resiliently, cultivating inner peace and genuine satisfaction. Therefore, may we embrace the clarity of purpose in our lives, choosing paths that reflect our deepest values and lead us toward growth and fulfillment. And may the freedom of detachment guide us through the vicissitudes of life, allowing us to act with courage and integrity, free from the weight of expectations and concerns about the future. By integrating these principles into our being, we not only tread a path of greater meaning, but also inspire those around us to seek a more authentic and liberating existence. As we draw closer to the end of our journey of reflection, it is crucial to remember that the path of Stoicism is not one of seclusion, but of profound understanding of oneself and the universe around us. Stoic teachings do not encourage us to hide from the world, but rather to arm ourselves with the wisdom and resilience necessary to face it with equanimity and courage. It is not what happens to us, but our response to what happens to us that hurts us, Epictetus said. Thus, armed with the understanding that our true strength lies in our ability to choose our response to adversity, we are invited to look inward and cultivate our inner garden, where true serenity resides. Stoicism teaches us that excessive exposure to judgment and the opinions of others can cloud our vision of ourselves and our path. Therefore, we choose to live in accordance